I'm John Twist of University Motors. Today I want to talk just briefly about splines, wheel splines. Remember that the splines are handed so that the spinner tightens in the opposite direction of wheel rotation. As this is going down the road, and if the spinner stays still, it's going to tighten up. If you put the hubs on the wrong side of the car, why would you? They're marked LH and RH. But if you were to put them on the wrong side of the car, you might get 10 miles down the road. The spinner comes off and the wheel falls off the car. It's really embarrassing. Used to be, back in the day, when the tow trucks would tow an MG, and we called them hooks because they'd bring in those great big hooks, put them underneath the rear axle, crush the rear brake lines at the same time, and then tow the car backwards using some old belt or something, or rope, to hold the steering wheel in place. Tow it backwards, spinner would come off, they'd lose a wheel. Now if you're towing in a city street, something like that, maybe even on a country road, you can find the wheel. No problem finding the wheel, it's that big. A spinner? Nope, no way. So we'd get a call every summer, at least once a summer, from Larry's Towing or someone, and they'd say, say you got one of them spinners for an MG? I said, oh, you towed it backwards? How'd you know? Anyway, when I moved to Grand Rapids, I had a friend who just had restored a Morgan wire wheels. He took the half shafts out, put them on the wrong sides, and it befuddled him. He just couldn't understand why the spinners kept coming loose. So what did he do? He drilled a hole in the ear of the spinner and safety wired it to a spoke so the spinner couldn't come off. A lot wiser to put the half shafts on the correct side to keep that from happening. Remember, there are two different splines. These are Rudge Whitworth threads, and these are 8 threads per inch. There's a finer spline, 12 threads per inch. They found out that the coarser thread worked just fine, and the coarser the spline, the faster you can get the spinner off at the racetrack. Now, you don't end up using wire wheels at the racetrack, usually, not on a real race car. But on the MGA Twin Cam and the MGA Deluxe, they had a Dunlop wheel, which fit on, and you turned it less than 90 degrees, and it would sit in. It has 4 pegs, and it would fit into the same spline or same wheel stud diameter as this. And you turn it less than 90 degrees, it would fit in, and you put the spinner on, hit it with a hammer, and bang, your guy's back out on the track again. That's for racing. So you've either got 12 splines or you got 8 splines. It doesn't make any difference which one you use. If you're buying an MGA hub, no doubt it's going to come with the 12 splines, the 12 threads per inch. But the early MGBs come with the fine ones too. Doesn't make a difference if you're using coarse or fine. So sometimes, when you're taking a look at the spinner, the one on this side will say nearside, and the one on the other side will say offside. Because when you're in England and driving on the left, this is near to the curb, this side. This is the near side, the curb side. That's the offside. Sometimes it says undo. Sometimes they say right and left. Sometimes they say all 3. Sometimes they say nothing. So who knows? Anyway, just a quick primer on spinners. This is interesting. This is we got the drilled rotors here. And this is for ventilation. Remember, the function of the brake is to turn motion into heat, and the advantage of a disc wheel, don't make the mistake of thinking that disc wheels stop faster than drum brakes. They don't. What they do allow is repeated braking without brake fade. So my buddy over in Holland, Carl Heidemann, did 0 to 60 to 0 with his MGB, and I think it was about the 18th time he was going to 0, slow, just as fast as he could, 0 to 60 to 0, 0 to 60 to 0, over and over and over. And it was by about the 18th time that the brake pedal got pretty spongy, because the brake fluid in the calipers was getting so hot that it was starting to boil. That happens a lot faster with drum brakes. Disc brakes only allow cooling better, and the cooling is even more enhanced by the holes that are put in here to allow more ventilation. So anyway, just a quick comment about this and that. So what are you going to do today? You're going to drive your MG. Please drive your MG. Let people see it. Somebody wants to drive it, put them in the driver's seat. Let them drive. Best place for you to be if they're driving your car is waiting for them to come back. If you're driving in the passenger seat, it scares them. They won't have any fun. They're terrified of shifting wrong, and you're terrified of them shifting wrong. But if you're not in the car, who's going to be terrified? They're going to have a good time. Of course, you're going to have a heart attack until they come back. But anyway, get people to drive your car. That's the only way that we can get people interested in expanding the MG universe. Until then, safety fast.